The information presented in this channel is compiled with the assistance of AI, public sources, and independent analysis. While every effort is made to ensure accuracy, information may contain omissions, inaccuracies, or interpretations. Content is provided solely for educational, case study, commentary, and entertainment purposes and should not be considered financial, investment, legal, or professional advice. Take a quick second to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss an operational breakdown. How can Google pivot its partnership strategy if antitrust courts dismantle its multi-billion-dollar Safari contract with Apple? What structural incentives can Google offer Android OEMs to make them prioritize Google's on-device AI tools over their own alternatives? How should Google structure agreements with telecom providers to offset the escalating bandwidth costs of high-definition global streaming? What royalty mechanisms must Google build with news agencies for content surface mined by conversational AI engines? Why does Google pay Apple billions annually just to remain the default search engine across the Safari browser ecosystem? How does the YouTube Partner Program create a win-win structure by shifting content production risk entirely onto creators? Why does giving away core infrastructure code like Kubernetes and TensorFlow steer developers toward Google Cloud standards? How do alliances with consultancies like Accenture and Deloitte allow Google Cloud to scale without expanding its internal sales force? Why is Google engineering a new ad network tier that gives publishers higher revenue shares for resolving complex conversational queries? How will collaborating with energy storage firms on grid-scale batteries guarantee clean energy continuity for Google's data centers? How can building standalone web applications and widgets help Google completely de-risk its massive dependency on Safari? Why must Google secure precise manufacturing slots with foundry partners like TSMC for its custom TPU silicon chips? How does embedding rigid operating system update timelines into GMS partner contracts prevent mobile software fragmentation? How can automated compliance auditing use machine learning classifiers to screen partner websites for fraudulent content? How does Google use algorithmic performance tiers to dynamically scale revenue share splits when specific retention baselines are hit? 8. Key partnerships. Key partnerships represent the external networks, alliances, and vendor agreements Google must sustain to safeguard its distribution channels, enrich its software ecosystems, and power its operations. 8 cases, strategic alliances and cooperations. Case 1, mobile device OEMs, Samsung, Android ecosystem B2B partnerships that ensure Google Mobile Services, GMS, and default search apps are pre-installed on billions of hardware devices globally. Case 2, premium browser default agreements, Apple, Safari strategic financial deals where Google pays Apple billions annually to remain the default search engine across the Safari browser ecosystem. Case 3, YouTube content creators and media networks, revenue sharing agreements via the YouTube Partner Program that incentivize high-quality content production, creating the supply side of video advertising. Case 4. Open source software communities, managing and collaborating with global developers on open foundations like Android, Chromium, and Kubernetes to establish industry-wide standards. Case 5. Cloud system integrators and consultancies, strategic alliances with global firms, e.g., Accenture, Deloitte, to resell, migrate, and deploy Google Cloud solutions within massive enterprise environments. Case 6. Clean energy infrastructure providers, multi-year power purchase agreements, PPAs, with global wind and solar energy developers to power data centers with sustainable grids. Case 7. Semiconductor foundry partners, TSMC deep manufacturing collaborations required to produce custom-designed TPU silicon chips from proprietary blueprints. Case 8. AdSense Web Publishing Network, collaborative monetization networks linking millions of independent website owners into Google's programmatic advertising grid. For open-ended questions for strategic analysis. 1. How can Google pivot its partnership strategy if antitrust courts dismantle the multi-billion-dollar browser default contract with Apple? 2. What structural incentives can Google offer to Android hardware OEMs to ensure they prioritize Google's on-device AI tools over proprietary manufacturer alternatives? 3. How should Google structure agreements with international telecom providers to offset the escalating bandwidth delivery costs of high-definition global streaming? 4. What mechanisms should be built into data partnerships with global news agencies to guarantee equitable royalty models for content surface-mined by conversational AI engines? For explanations of core mechanics. The default distribution lock. By partnering with the largest platforms, Apple and Android OEMs, Google guarantees a massive baseline of user traffic, rendering organic competitive entry practically unviable. Cooperative content monetization. The YouTube Partner Program creates a win-win structure. Creators assume all content production risk, while Google provides the infrastructure and ad tech, capturing a structural percentage of the value generated. Open source ingestion frameworks. By giving away core infrastructure code, Kubernetes, TensorFlow, to the open source community, Google steers global developer habits towards standards that natively integrate with Google Cloud. SaaS channel multipliers. Partnering with enterprise consultancies allows Google Cloud to scale its client base rapidly without maintaining a linear internal sales force capable of handling every Fortune-level onboarding manually. For implementation plans for partnership evolution. Plan 1. AI Native OEM Integration Framework. Crafting an upgraded suite of licensing incentives for Android OEMs that bundle deep Gemini API integrations into native device operating architectures. Plan 2. Decentralized publisher monetization pilots, engineering a new ad network tier that gives publishers higher revenue shares when their content directly resolves complex conversational queries. Plan 3. Regional grid-scale battery partnerships. collaborating with energy storage firms to build massive localized battery systems near key data centers to guarantee clean energy continuity during low production grid hours. Plan 4. Specialized Cloud AI Consultative Alliances, co-investing in dedicated AI training academies inside top global consulting firms to create a specialized workforce focused on scaling Vertex AI options. For implementation processes: OEM licensing sequence, Android code baseline release, then GMS bundle agreement, then hardware prototype validation, then security compatibility review, then mass distribution. Create a revenue loop, content creation, then ad match auction, then impression delivery, then revenue calculation, then automated bank clearing split. Energy partnership loop, site location identification, then PPA contract negotiation, then infrastructure construction, then grid inflow integration, then carbon credit accounting. Enterprise channel inflow, consultant identifies client opportunity, then Google Solutions architect joint pitch, then proof of concept deployment, then enterprise contract closing. For actionable recommendations: de-risk Safari dependency, build high-utility, standalone web applications and widgets that directly encourage consumers to bypass default web browsers entirely. Standardize AI licensing models. Create a transparent API partnership framework that allows enterprise partners to build on Google's foundation models with concrete guarantees regarding data privacy boundaries. Rebalance the creator revenue matrix. Adjust video monetization percentages to favor short-form mobile content creators, blunting market penetration from competing entertainment ecosystems. Enforce strict OEM update schedules. Embed rigid operating system update timelines into standard GMS partner contracts to prevent software fragmentation across the mobile user base. For immediate to-do items: 1. Map the operational financial exposure of all active distribution contracts facing regulatory or judicial challenge over the next 24 months. 2. Launch a comprehensive compliance evaluation across the global AdSense publisher network to eliminate low-value made-for-advertising websites. 3. Formulate the technical specifications for the upcoming custom TPU generation to secure production slots with Silicon Foundry partners. 4. Execute co-marketing fund audits with top-tier enterprise cloud partners to measure lead generation return on investment. For practical techniques: automated compliance auditing, utilizing machine learning classifiers to continuously screen partner websites and channels for violent, fraudulent, or non-compliant content assets. Joint architectural sandboxes, providing cloud channel partners with isolated, zero-cost development environments to construct custom enterprise software templates. Coordinated threat sharing, establishing real-time, automated cyber threat intelligence feeds between Google security operations and major telecommunication infrastructure allies. Dynamic revenue share scaling, utilizing algorithmic performance tiers that naturally increase publisher or creator revenue splits when specific retention or volume baselines are systematically hit. For practical steps for execution: 1. Integrate automated contract tracking software into the global legal management system to streamline multi-regional OEM agreements. 2. Host biannual technical feedback symposia with lead open-source maintainers to align development tracks across core engineering libraries. 3. Configure unified billing interfaces that let cloud channel partners seamlessly bundle proprietary add-ons with core GCP subscriptions. 4. Update developer console communication systems to deliver clear, actionable compliance notifications directly to mobile app development partners. If you found this breakdown of Google's strategic alliances valuable, please check the links in the description below to like the video and subscribe to the channel. While you are there, you can download the free study materials or handouts, access the free advanced chapter online tutorials, and share the video with friends who might need it. The information presented in this channel is compiled with the assistance of AI, public sources, and independent analysis. While every effort is made to ensure accuracy, information may contain omissions, inaccuracies, or interpretations. Content is provided solely for educational, case study, commentary, and entertainment purposes and should not be considered financial, investment, legal, or professional advice.